An exjw explains why JWs can't do Halloween. Why? Well, as a kid, I loved Halloween. I even got prizes for my costumes. But then my mom and I became JWs and I stopped doing Halloween. I did what I was told so I didn't get punished. But I missed Halloween. Since it's just over a week away, I want to explain the phony reason why JWs can't do it. Let's look at jw.org. It says, the Bible does not mention Halloween, a holiday that many observe on October 31 each year. However, the ancient origins and traditions of Halloween conflict with Bible teachings. The word Halloween was made up only 300 years ago. That's why it's not in the Bible. So the JW leaders are making stuff up. There is a box titled, Why is it called Halloween? What we see is a day called Samhain when Celtics honored the end of summer. It was the Christian church who turned it into a day honoring dead saints. Don't JWs call themselves Christians? But I digress. They link to an article called, Why Don't Jehovah's Witnesses Celebrate Certain Holidays? About Halloween, it quotes Deuteronomy 18:10-12. It says, those verses tell us why JWs can't do Halloween. Most JWs accept this at face value, but I have more questions. An Awake magazine made this comment. If it is very obvious that a custom has no current false religious significance and involves no violation of Bible principles, each Christian must make a personal decision as to whether he will follow such a custom. Well, that means it's a Christian's choice. But JWs are taught to say it goes against the Bible. And Christians don't want to go against the Bible. But are they really Bible rules, or are they just rules made up by the JW leaders? JWs are led by a group of men. The JW leaders call themselves the governing body. They make up all of the rules and beliefs JWs have to follow. They say they take their orders from Jesus.
Today, Jehovah provides direction to the slave through Jesus.
They say they give spiritual food to the flock.
What makes it possible for the faithful and discreet slave to provide precious spiritual food?
Let's look at the verses they base these rules on and see if the JW leaders follow these same rules, shall we? There should not be found in you anyone who makes his son or his daughter pass through the fire. That sounds like child sacrifice. Would you kill your child if the church leaders told you to? JW church leaders tell JW parents to let their children die rather than get life-saving blood. Anyone who employs divination. What is divination? Let's ask the Google search engine to find the meaning for us. So it's seeking knowledge of the future by supernatural means. Look at the synonyms. Foretelling the future, forecasting the future, prophecy. Don't the JW leaders always talk about Jesus' prophecies in Matthew? Both Jesus and Jehovah are supernatural beings. It says so in John. God is the Spirit. So looking to Jehovah or Jesus for prophecy is divination. Anyone practicing magic. Do the JW leaders do magic? Yes, they make your money disappear. Joking aside, the JW leaders teach creation. They say Jehovah made the heavens and everything in it out of nothing. That's magic. At least science says our universe came from the expansion of a dense mass. Again, I digress. Anyone who looks for omens. We have to ask, what are omens? Google points us to this meaning. an event regarded as a portent of good or evil, prophetic significance, similar to sign. It seems to me that the JW leaders are always looking for signs of prophetic significance. Look how they talked about the pandemic. Look at what they say about the war in Israel. The JW leaders are always searching for omens. A sorcerer. Are the JW leaders sorcerers? Look at the meaning of sorcerer. We see the word diviner is a synonym. If we look at the definition of a diviner, we see the word prophet. The JW leaders have been prophesying dates for Armageddon for over 140 years, and they've been wrong every time. Anyone binding others with a spell. Are the JW leaders guilty of this? Yes, but you have to look to recognize it. Dr. Stephen Hassan writes on his website, Jehovah's Witnesses control the thoughts of members by using loaded language and refer to their belief system as the truth, whereby everyone else is controlled by Satan. The fear of dying at Armageddon or being shunned by friends and family keeps them dedicated to the organization, along with the guilt of displeasing Jehovah God, the elders, and the congregation. They instill these fears in their talks and publications. JWs are spellbound by these methods. Anyone who consults a spirit medium or a fortune teller. Do the JW leaders consult spirit mediums? Yes. In fact, their New World Translation uses the translation of Johannes Greber for John 1:1. Greber translated his Bible through his spirit medium wife. The October 1st, 1955 Watchtower talks about Greber's belief in Spiritism, so they were well aware they were copying from a Spiritist. Or anyone who inquires of the dead. Do the JW leaders talk to the dead? Watchtower's friend Johannes Greber says this about the Bible. The most significant spiritualistic book is the Bible, for its principal contents hinge upon the messages of the beyond to those existing in the present. The JW leaders claim its Bible teachings are relayed to them through spirits. If the beings they talk to were alive, they could just call them. But they rely on prayer because they are talking to spirits. And notice the verse doesn't say evil spirits are dead. It says all spirits, and dead, good or evil. For whoever does these things is detestable to Jehovah. The fear of Armageddon that the JW leaders have beaten into JWs allows them to gaslight JWs into obedience. These are the reasons the JW leaders cite for not doing Halloween. The JW leaders say you shouldn't do any of these things because Jehovah hates them. Yet the JW leaders check every box. JWs should ask themselves, why should I do what these men say? Well, the first reply is what they've been taught, because Jehovah inspires them. Does he really? Look what governing body member Jeffrey Winder said recently.
And also, the governing body is neither inspired nor infallible, and so it can err in doctrinal matters or in organizational direction.
The Bible says this in Colossians, therefore do not let anyone judge you about what you eat and drink, or about the observance of a festival, or of the new moon, or of a Sabbath. It says right there that no one should judge you if you observe a festival, and sowing is a festival. Do you really think the box-checking JW leaders should judge you? I have even more examples and videos like this one. where you can discover other things that the governing body is not honest about. Just click here.